I will leave Islam today, right now, this second, the minute someone can find me a contradiction in the Quran.
All right. In chapter 12, verse 111, it says something interesting. It says that the Quran is a detailed explanation of everything. Not some things, not things that are relevant for your religion, relevant for your guidance, but a detailed explanation of everything. However, here's where the problem is. In chapter 3, verse 7, it says that there are some clear verses, which are the essence of the book, and verses that are ambiguous. How is it that the Quran can be a detailed explanation of everything while also having ambiguous verses? Sounds like a contradiction.
Sounds like it, huh? Well, let's clarify this. What does it mean that an ayah is muhkam? Simply put, an ayah, or a verse of the Quran that is muhkam, is a verse that can be understood in one way and one way only. When God says He is one, it means one, not two or three or four or five or anything like that. It just means one. And there are other ayat where there are different ways to understand it. I guess a simple concept or a simple verse would be when Allah mentions in Surah Shu'ara, يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. God says that on Judgment Day, your children and your wealth won't benefit you. The only thing that's going to benefit you is a sound heart. Now, what you do with the muhkamat, what you do with the very clear-cut, unambiguous verses that only have one interpretation, it's almost like you create this parameter. And everything within that parameter are valid Islamic beliefs and everything outside are invalid. And so, what you can do is you can take that verse in Surah Shu'ara that says the only thing that matters is a sound heart, and you could say, well, that has multiple meanings. A sound heart could mean correct faith. That's true. Also, showing up on Judgment Day with a sound heart could mean having love of Allah, having fear of God, having reliance upon God, and so on and so forth. There's probably a number of things that we could list, and all of them are valid and good. But if somebody were to say, well, a sound heart means all you need is faith, and therefore you don't need to do any good actions because all you need to focus on is having a sound heart, that means that the faith is the only thing that matters. Does that sound familiar? Anyway, if someone were to say that, we would say, no, that is now outside of the perimeter of the muhkamat. That is outside of the perimeter of what is valid and clear in Islam. Why is that the case? Because Allah says that the believer is the one who is الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, the one who has correct faith and also has good deeds. He works hard to be a good believer. So that is a clear contradiction, and therefore you have to stay within the parameter of the muhkamat. So in short, no, there is no contradiction, unless you're saying that it's a contradiction to believe that a verse can have multiple interpretations. That therefore makes it contradictory. I don't think that makes it contradictory. I think that is called at-tawassu' fil ma'na. In tafsir studies, that means breadth in the interpretation, so you can appreciate lots of different beautiful meanings. Hope that makes sense, and take care. Assalamu alaikum.